at E3. Follow us at IGN and use the hashtag E3 2013 when you tweet at us. Don't forget. Starting the day, we have Rayman Legends, which began as a Wii U exclusive, but is now also coming to PS3, 360, and Vita. Let's see what this game's all about.
As I live and breathe, Emil. How you doing, sir? Thank you for coming by.
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
You're surviving E3.
Yeah.
That's good. Rayman Legends, in a nutshell, what is it? A cheap cash-in?
Okay.
Another Rayman? Oh, my gosh.
Okay, let's say it's the sequel to Rayman Origins, of course, but to us it's far more than a sequel. This time the scope of the game is huge. We have more than 120 levels. It takes around 20 hours of gameplay to finish the full game, so it's really a huge game.
Yeah.
And we have also an online challenge mode, which makes it an even bigger game with challenges being generated randomly every day. So every day when you come back, you connect to the game, you will have a new challenge. And also soccer, a mini game of soccer in the Rayman universe showing at E3 that you can play with your friends, and it's really an amazing experience. So yeah, a huge platform title.
You're putting a lot into this. How long have you been working on this one? I mean, it feels like Rayman Origins just came out not too long ago, but in reality it was a while ago, because I'm thinking of the Vita version. The Vita version was,
So we started working on Rayman Rayman Legends, October 2011. So it was almost 2 years ago. So it was a huge development for us, because again we wanted to make sure that this wouldn't be just a sequel to the first title, and we also wanted to make a better game, which is not easy when you have something like Rayman Origins, and it's a challenge for us.
Was great. You have to don't be modest here, all right? You did a great job with Origins.
People liked it. That's what I know.
That's what I want to talk. I mean, were you expecting it to hit like it hit? Like, people love Rayman Origins.
I mean, people were really excited about the game. In playtest, we saw that they really loved it, but the reaction, especially from the critics, all the reviews, the awards we got from the game was amazing.
Yeah.
And again, last year with Rayman Legends at E3, all the awards we get was just a big surprise for us. It's always a surprise. Like, actually, we don't get used to it, because we're doing our game in the south of France, in Montpellier, in a small house. It's almost like a handmade game. It's something very.
Well, and that's something actually that's really interesting about your art style, right?
Yeah.
People actually draw what happens.
Exactly. That's the strength of our engine, the UbiArt framework. It's been done actually to make sure that the artworks that the artists are producing should be directly put inside the game. Because when you see an artwork for making of a 3D game, sometimes when you see it in the game, in the actual 3D game, it doesn't look exactly the same. But here in Rayman, it's basically what the artists are drawing. If it's the characters or the settings, it's going to be straight into the game, and that's what makes this beautiful art style of the Rayman games.
Why do you think that platforming continues to persist? It continues to be so popular, right?
I think platforming to us is like a different language. You have 3D games and you have 2D games. It's not something old, it's just a different language. And for instance, in Rayman, you can see very easily your characters. You can play up to 5 players on the same screen and still be able to understand what's going on. And that's thanks to 2D. To me, 3D, and also it's very accessible. Everybody can play a 2D game. It's not that difficult. You have 3 buttons.
Well, don't sell yourself short. There's some Rayman parts that are really hard. All right? Let's not say anybody can just pick this up and jump in and master.
I would say that the first level are quite easy, and especially on the Wii U, since we have this touch gameplay on the Wii U gamepad, pretty much everybody can play with the Murphy character, the small flying frog that you're controlling with your fingers. I mean, a kid can play with the Wii U gamepad, or someone that never hold the pad in his life can actually easily play the game. So that's very important for us.
Now, you brought up the Wii U.
Yeah.
Rayman Legends originally started as a Wii U exclusive. Why the decision to go multi-platform?
Actually, because we went to so many shows and people were like, oh, I love Rayman Origins on Xbox and PS3, and I don't get why you're doing the sequel on another platform.
Right.
So to us, it was basically an answer to the fans to make sure that everybody could enjoy this game. So we always thought that the game should at least one day or the other come to this console. So it was important also to make sure that this wouldn't be a cheap port, that the gameplay would be really adapted to this platform. And
so you wanted to make more work for yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
You're like, we're not stressed out enough making this awesome sequel to the awesome game.
I think in the end people will see that the 4 versions of the title, so Xbox, PS3, Vita, and Wii U, are all very good and all bring their own specific gameplay, and that's pretty important for us to make sure that when you buy a Rayman game, you're pretty sure that it's a quality title. That's really important for us.
So now, at E3, you've shown some of the musical levels.
Yes.
You've done some of this other stuff. What are we seeing right now?
What we're seeing right now is a map from the 4th world of the game. This world is called 20,000 Lumps Under the Sea, so it's a reference to Jules Verne, of course. Also a reference to some of James Bond movies, old James Bond movies with the underwater base under the ocean where the evil guy lives, always. And it's an interesting level here we're showing because we're bringing stealth gameplay to the Rayman universe. So here you have some laser to avoid, but earlier in the level you could see that you had some lights to avoid, some sentries casting lights. You shouldn't go into the light because if you go into the light they fry you. So we're bringing this stealth gameplay to the Rayman universe, and actually in each world we're trying to bring new gameplay mechanics to make sure that the players always are surprised basically by the game. They don't get tired of it, and they always want to go, explore the next world and basically finish the game. So,
how hard is that? We always want to bring something new and do new gameplay mechanics.
Yeah,
we're talking about platforming's been around forever.
Yeah, but I guess what we're trying to show is that platform can be modern,
Yeah.
2D platforming can be also modern, and all the gameplay mechanics that you have in 3D titles or other kind of titles, you can also put them in a smart way in a 2D game. For instance, the stealth gameplay you have here, sometimes you have to wait, for instance here for the laser,
yeah.
But if you're good enough, you can actually run through the whole level, so we're keeping the Rayman specific flow of the level. So it's stealth, but in a Rayman way, actually.
To you, how did the Rayman renaissance begin? Rayman was just, a really big deal back in the early days, and then it kind of went quiet for a long time, and you guys popped back up.
I think it was really Michel Ancel's decision, our creative director, who created Rayman back in 1995, so a long time ago.
Yeah.
And he decided at one point that he wanted to go back to what he loved when he was doing game, in the old days, like work with a small team and try to work like with a lot of iteration, And to him, the platform genre was a great way to do this.
Yeah.
And so he decided to bring back Rayman, and now we're really pushing to make sure that, again, when people see a Rayman game, it could be, on the home console or on the iOS, on Android. They make sure that the game is a quality brand, actually.
It's just one of those games you look at and get happy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's really important for us to make sure that this creates great laugh moments with you and your friends. There are so many games out there when you kill people, you blow up things, and I guess it's important for us to be there and show that video games can also be just a lot of fun,
right?
And put a smile on people's face, and yeah.
Do you think the fact that there are so many shooters and so many of that gives you a chance to stand out?
Probably, and I guess that's why we're going fully, in this direction, making sure we do crazy, goofy stuff. I mean, I knew that when I was a teenager, you had games like LucasArts title, like Monkey Island, crazy title with lots of humor. And we want to make sure that this is still somewhere here. I mean, Rayman has always been crazy, and we don't want to change this because I think, there's a window for us there. So.
Do you see that window getting larger, especially with like the new consoles? Like PlayStation 4 came out and they're like, we're focusing on indies, we're doing all this stuff.
Yeah. But I think, indies are a great way to bring also these things back, but also on big titles, I think it should be important to have big titles with this kind of humor, this kind of. That's what we are showing here with Rayman. It's actually really a quality game, big production value. As you can see here, we have 3D boss fight now in the game, pretty impressive things. But still, we keep this kind of a goofy touch that we love. Also, this is what we have in the musical level. When you hear the cover we have from Eye of the Tiger.
Yeah, explain the musical level. I don't think it translated super well in the trailer, but I was talking to, I think, Rich George, who played it. He's like, dude, they got Eye of the Tiger. I was like, all right.
So basically, the musical level, we basically picked like songs we loved first and that everybody knew, but also songs with good variations. We had to make sure that they weren't too flat. Make sure they could create great level design. Then we gave the songs to our composer, Christophe Herral, and the guy, I don't know why, when he heard Eye of the Tiger, decided that he should go flamenco with this. We should probably ask him why, but he never told me actually. And then we did
because it's a great song by a great band.
Yeah, and then then we had to do the level according to that, to this flamenco spirit, so we put it in the desert with some Mexican skeleton and things like that, playing trumpet, and this gives birth to those crazy levels that people really enjoy. And
so now, who are we fighting here? Does the boss have a name?
So this is the fourth boss of the world, of the game. It's a mechanical dragon, and as you can see, it's totally in 3D. So he moves in the background, in the foreground, but the art style makes it really, it doesn't feel out of place. It's still well integrated in the world, and it's kind of the tricky sequence of the game. But as you can see, it's not just a boss fight. You have also small, classic run level design sequence between all the fights. And so they're actually playing 2 players here, but you can play the game up to 5 players on the Wii U and up to 4 players at the same time on Xbox and PS3. And also on the Vita, with 2 Vita connected, you can play the game with a friend. So you can play the whole game with 2 players on the Vita also.
Nice. And then, of course, leaderboard challenges, that's a big deal.
Exactly.
You talked about daily challenges.
Yeah.
You're trying to get, I guess, people to come back every day.
Yeah, sure. So we have every day a new daily challenge, actually two new daily challenges. So you have 24 hours to do the best score possible in these challenges, to climb up the leaderboards. And the day after, this challenge disappears and the new one comes. So you have to, again, try to challenge your friends from all over the world. Yeah, it was important for us to open the Rayman franchise to to these social elements to make sure that you can share the experience with all of your friends. Actually, that's very important for us.
Do you see that getting stronger and stronger? I thought it was interesting with Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Both of them stressed, we're going to be connected to your community.
I'm super excited actually about that, about what the next gen are going to bring about this, because I think that to me that's the future of gaming. Social, getting
totally,
social, making sure that you can share the experience with a lot of players. Because gaming, it's not something you could play some game alone, but it's always better when you can compare your experience with your friend and share it again with your friend.
And no surprise here, they beat him.
Yeah, they beat him, and now they're going to torture this little guy.
They're going to torture him. Good lord, no!
They're going to send him in space. But it's going to be a bit crazy.
Charging it up.
I'm sure he's a bad guy, so yeah.
Yeah, he deserves it.
Yeah,
exactly. There he goes.
Yeah, there you go. Go in space, and never come back. Actually.
In the words of Invincible, the comic book, when in doubt, throw him in space.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
Email, when does Rayman Legends come out?
September 3rd on the 4 platforms.
On all the platforms.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you so much for coming by today. Have a great E3.
Thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm having a great E3. I'm going to be here all day with you to find out what's coming up in the future. Here's my legend, Naomi Kyle.
Thanks, Greg. Man, that game looks a lot of fun. All right, IGN Live is underway. Check out IGN's Facebook page if you want more exclusive news and videos from E3. But right now, don't go away, because Bayonetta is right about to take the stage once again. And who doesn't want to see that? Bayonetta 2 is up next.